Black Attack TV.
What's up, y'all? This is Black Attack TV. Today, I'm about to give you my predictions on the 2011 college football season. Now, let's look at the top 25, the AP top 25 preseason rankings, because the college football season is about a week away. Because right now it's August 26th while I'm recording this. So yeah, anyway, on to the rankings. Number one, Oklahoma. Well, okay, the top 10 is number one, Oklahoma. Number two, Alabama. Number three, Oregon. Number four, LSU. Number five, Boise State. Number six, Florida State. Number seven, Stanford. Number eight, Texas A&M. Number nine, Oklahoma State. And number 10, Nebraska. Now, I have a few problems with this top 10. Now, the three teams that I think that don't belong in the top 10 necessarily would be Boise State, number one. Well, number five. Number six, Florida State. And number nine, Oklahoma State. Now, let's start off with Boise State. Boise State should not be in the top 10. Number one, they lost both of their wide receivers from last year, the top wide receivers, Titus Young and Austin Pettis. These guys had probably helped Kellen Moore, the quarterback, the starting quarterback, to have a great season. And without those two receivers, I think that Kellen Moore won't have as good a season as last year, because those were his two main targets. Without them, I mean, he still got some yardage, but still, they were pretty significant and important. Now, I also think that they don't belong in the top 10. I mean, look at their conference. They moved on to a better conference this year, from the WAC to the Mountain West. But after this year, TCU is going to move on to the Big East, which I think is a good idea for the Big East, because their football pedigree is going to go up a lot, because TCU is a great football team, and they're probably one of the best mid-major teams in the country. Well, best non-AQ teams in the country, if not the best. And since Boise State is in the Mountain West, like, honestly, their only competition is TCU. And but basically, what I'm trying to say is, this year, TCU and Boise State, they might either tie for the conference championship, or it's one of them. I don't know, but I think Boise State and TCU are going to tie for the conference championship in the Mountain West, and Boise State does not belong in the top 10, because they're in a weak conference, a really weak conference. The only two good teams in the conference are them and TCU. On to the next team, Florida State. Now, Florida State does not belong in the top 10, because they lost Christian Ponder. Christian Ponder was a great quarterback last year. Well, what? No, not great, but he was a pretty decent quarterback. He wanted to the NFL, go and play for the Vikings now. He's a backup to McNabb, newly acquired. Florida State has a great defense, and I think that their defense is going to help them win some games this year. But I still don't think that they belong at number six, though. In my opinion, I think that Florida State belongs in the top 20. No more, well, no farther than like 15 or so. Like, they should have passed 15, because they lost Christian Ponder, they lost some guys on offenses, and some guys on defense, some key guys on defense. But the defense is going to be outstanding this year, still, even though they lost some guys. But yeah, I don't think that they belong in the top 10. Now, the next team I think that should not belong in the top 10 is Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State at number 9. Now, the two-man tandem of whatchamacallit? What's his face? Let me look. Brandon Whedon and Justin Blackman. The quarterback wide receiver tandem. Brandon Whedon had over 4,000 yards last year and 32 touchdowns. Justin Blackman had 1,700 yards and about 20 touchdowns. That's outstanding. But and plus, and Kendall Hunter, no, and Kendall Hunter at running back with 1,500 yards and 16 touchdowns. That's not bad. But I mean that's great. He was like a top 5 rusher last year in the nation. But anyway, I don't think that they're a top 10 caliber team because their defense is horrible. Like, okay, these other Big 12 quarterbacks rape them in the air and on the ground. Like the running backs and quarterbacks in the in the Big 12 had just absolutely destroyed them. Like basically, Oklahoma State is a horrible defensive team, as I said before. Like they are not good at all on defense. Like seriously. But yeah. Um. Anyway, let's move on to 10 through 15. Now, 10 through 15. Number 10, Nebraska. Number 11, Wisconsin. Number 12, South Carolina. Number 13, Virginia Tech. Number 14, TCU. And number 15, Arkansas. I, I meant to leave out Nebraska because they're in the top 10, but anyway. Yeah, so Wisconsin at number 11. I think that they should be ranked higher than that. Although they're the highest ranked Big 12 team. I mean, no, although they're the second highest ranked Big Ten team, my fault, after Nebraska, I think that they should be in the top 10 instead of teams like Florida State and Boise State and Oklahoma State, as I said before. Wisconsin is a great team. They have a great running back. They have a decent quarterback and an outstanding defense. They return Monty Ball and all of those classic guys that you heard from before. Now, Wisconsin, in my opinion, I think that they're definitely going to at least make it to the Big Ten championship game in December. However, I don't think that they'll win it though, and I'm not sure about the conference. I'm not sure about the divisions in the Big Ten because it's so confusing. The leaders and legends, like I don't even know which teams are in which division. Like it's so confusing. So I'm not gonna get into those. So I'm not gonna get into the whole division setup and whatnot. But all I'm saying is, Wisconsin will make it to the Big Ten championship game in whichever division they are in, but they're gonna lose it to if Ohio is not in their division, then Ohio State. My fault. Ohio State. Ohio State, although they lost to Royal Pryor and whatnot, I think because like Ohio State is like still probably the best program in Big Ten history. Like that's a serious football program. Like they're one of the best programs in the country. Best programs, not teams, programs. So I don't think that whoever's head coach right now is going to just let them like go off to the side and just play weak this year. No, I think that Ohio State is just going to make an argument this year in the Big Ten. I think that they might win the Big Ten championship, not go on to the national title, probably BCS bowl game. Surprised a lot of people this year. Now, next team, number 12, South Carolina. South Carolina. I think that they have a good chance to win the SEC East this year because the SEC East looks pretty weak. I mean, look, the two strongest teams in the SEC according to the rankings are no, well, yeah, in the SEC are Alabama and LSU. Those are the top two teams in the SEC, but they're in the SEC West. Oh yeah, and another thing, only two SEC East teams are in the top 25, and South Carolina is the highest ranked one. I think no, and not just based off rankings, they're gonna make it to the SEC championship. No, I think that like that that blowout loss to Auburn in last year's SEC championship game, I think is gonna rub off into this season. However, it's gonna help them. It's gonna be a good thing for them. It's gonna help them and play harder this year and probably get up to 10 wins. Get up to 10 wins. I don't think that they'll win the SEC championship game. I think that they're going to lose it again. but not as bad as last year. Maybe like a close game by a touchdown or less, but still. And then, yeah, so I think that they'll win the SEC East. And then the number 13 ranked team in the country, according to this AP Top 25 poll, is Virginia Tech. Um, Virginia Tech, second highest ranked ACC team, but I think they're kind of rated too high because isn't Tyrod Taylor gone? So I think that they're just gonna be like they won't be in so much trouble, but they are kind of ranked too high. They should be lower than 16, in my opinion. But in my opinion, they'll reach at least 9 wins or so, make a bowl game, a decent bowl game. Then now the next team is TCU. TCU, the best defensive team for the past few years. They beat Wisconsin last year in the Rose Bowl by 3 points or so, and clutch performance by the linebacker, great play. And what's up with these teams, like these non-AQ teams, like busting into the BCS and beating these powerhouses? I don't get that. But anyway, that's not the point. TCU, number 14. I think that they should be ranked higher. In my opinion, I think that they should swap spot. Well, no, no, no. In my opinion, I think that they should be in the top 10. All because of the outstanding defense. Although Andy Dalton is gone, arguably the best player on the team last year, still, they're going to have a great running back. A great running game, have great defense. The quarterback this year is inexperienced, but he'll be helped out and he'll progress through the season. Next team, Arkansas. Now, Arkansas, they shouldn't be in the top 25 in my opinion. Ryan Mallon is gone. Went off to the NFL, went off to the Patriots. And they had a great season last year. They made it to a bowl game, BCS bowl game, that fact, the Sugar Bowl. But then they lose to the Sugar Bowl to Ohio State Buckeyes. But yeah, Arkansas, I think that they'll reach at least 8 wins, but they don't deserve to be in the top 25. They're gonna drop out soon, after like 3 weeks or so. After 4 weeks, I say they're gonna drop out. They're gonna drop out of the top 25, all because they lost Ryan Mallon. They returned some key guys on defense and some key guys on offense, but still, without that outstanding quarterback, I think that Ryan Mallon last year, he was the most underrated quarterback in the country. Like he was one of the best. Like he was like a top three quarterback in my opinion. Like, all right, there were the Andrew Lucks and the Jake Lockers and whatnot, and yeah, Cam Newtons, but Ryan Mallett was definitely an underrated quarterback just because I don't even know why. Like he was really underrated. He should have been a top five. He was a top five quarterback in my opinion last year. Like he's an old school quarterback. He knows how to throw. He's not like Andrew Luck and Jake Locker and Cam Newton, just risking their bodies every play, rushing if the pocket collapses and no receivers are open. He's an old school quarterback. He stands in the pocket, he stays strong, and he throws the football. And he has a gun. He has a cannon arm. He can launch it deep. But yeah, this is Black Attack TV. Tomorrow I'm about to make my rank. Well, I'm about to give you my input on the team 16 to 25 because this video is quite long. It's about to it's about to make it to 15 minutes now. That's my limit on YouTube. So yeah, tomorrow I'll talk about the team 16 through 25 in the AP ranking or preseason ranking, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out.